I'm not a morning person, like at all. So when my neighbor Susie asked if I wanted to start walking with her, she said 7. I said sure, and I generally thought she meant 7 p.m. When she said, oh no, we go at 7 in the morning, I looked at her dead in the eye and said, heck no. She's funny and persistent, and I've gone a few times now, and you know what? It's been so fun. We saw some gorgeous longhorn bulls today, and I just had to capture them. How cute are they? When I got back home, I got the laundry going like I do every morning. I don't know what it looks like. So I gotta tell you about what happened with my stove. So the oven died. On Sunday I was making some kamut bread. First time ever making kamut bread. I've been nervous about doing it. Finally did it. And I was so excited to try it. Got it in the oven, and when it was time to take it out, I noticed that the bottom of it wasn't cooked. And I thought, oh, it must be these bread pans. I hardly ever use them, so maybe it's them. Popped it back in the oven for like another 5 minutes, took it back out, and the bottom of the bread was still not cooked. I was like, huh. And I kept cooking this bread several times, you guys, and it was not cooking. So I thought, well gosh, okay, if these pans aren't working, let's just take the bread out of the pan, put it straight on the rack, and get the bottoms cooking and things. Nope, I eventually realized that the bottom element was dead. So that was a bummer. So there was a point where I even put the bread upside down in the oven to cook it. All in all, the bread did turn out, but it could have turned out a whole lot better. The bottom was still a little gummy, so we just cut that part out. But the kamut bread was delicious, but I'm gonna have to make it again. Well, the next day, I turned on the stove to see if maybe it started working again. Well, not only was the bottom element out, but the top element was as well. But the broiler was working. That was the only thing that was holding on. I was like, oh, that's weird. So I let the manager of the home know, like, this is what's going on. I don't know what you wanna do. You know, and she just said, you know, I think the stove is as old as the home. It'll probably be just cheaper to order a new stove. And so she did, and it's coming today. Okay, laundry is taken out of the dryer, things are hung up, switch the laundry, another load is going, so I'm gonna hang up these clothes. But first I'm gonna put the towels away. And now I'm gonna hang up these shirts, but I'm gonna hang them up in the kids' bathroom because these are Derek's shirts, and right now I have stuff on the counter in the laundry room, so I can't hang them in there. So I'm just gonna hang them up here in the shower so I could jump in the shower in my bathroom. And then when I'm done, I'll just switch these shirts and hang them up in my shower. Well, since I can use my stove top, I am just boiling up some potatoes to make a potato salad for dinner tonight. All right, my potato salad's done. I just have to hit it with some paprika. I will leave the video to how I make this down below and the recipe. It is so good. Yum, yum. Can't wait to dig into this. The first potato salad of the summer season. Many more batches of this to come. Can't wait. This is gonna go in the fridge until dinner so it can get nice and cold. Okay, I got everything out of the bottom drawer. I almost forgot. And just vacuumed out the bottom and inside of the oven, got the crumbs out. So they'll be here between 11 and 1 to deliver the new stove. I wish we had gas hooked up to this house because I really miss a gas stove, but oh well. Last night for dinner, we ended up taking some steaks out of the freezer. We had 1 T-bone and he pulled out 4 ribeye, and he cooked up some steaks on his Blackstone. And we haven't cooked steak on it yet, and he was super excited. We just barely started using this because when he got it at Christmas, 2 days later, we found out we were moving, and then just trying to settle in the house, we finally have been breaking this bad boy in. So he melted some butter, sauteed and chopped up some garlic, and smothered the steak in that with some seasoning. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I made a macaroni salad, and you're gonna see this recipe in another video. I'm doing like 5 macaroni summer salads for you guys. They're all delicious. And I put some sweet potatoes in the Instant Pot. That was dinner. It was delicious.
I love you, Mom.
Oh my goodness, Boston, he is such a love bug. I love it. So while I'm waiting for the stove, I am just starting the 4th of July decorating process. So I picked up this wreath this year at Hobby Lobby. All the 4th of July stuff was 40% off, but I needed one more, well, I didn't need. I wanted one more wreath for this frame. So right now I am just working with this tulle or ribbon and just fluffing it up and making it look better. The new stove has been delivered, and this one is a GE. Our last one was a Frigidaire. It's very dusty, so it needs to be wiped down really good. It's not pushed all the way back because of the safety guard that's drilled into the floor. And Derek's gonna take care of that when he gets home. But it's here, and I'm really excited to check it out once Derek gets here. And now I'm working outside on the porch. I love this covered porch so much. Wait till you see what we're gonna do with it at Halloween time. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. So all I did with the wreath on the door was put one of my 4th of July ribbons in, and I'm just fluffing that. We got this welcome mat at Costco when we first moved in, and it's a really big size mat, but I'm putting down our 4th of July mat that we got last year. It's smaller, but it'll work for a little while. So about a week ago, I ran into the Dollar Tree and they had these American flag buntings. So I grabbed 4 packages. So I'm gonna put these on the railing, but I grabbed some rope at Hobby Lobby that matches the railing. That way it could blend in better. This is how I'm gonna put it on. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try to get the job done. I'm starting off with 2. I didn't know how crowded I wanted to make this. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start off with 2 right in the middle of those 2 big sections. It kind of looks bare. I think I'm gonna need more of the bunting. Derek is about to come home and I'm gonna get his opinion. Also on our porch, we picked up these rockers from At Home and the chair cushions, and we got the table in the middle from there too. Gosh, you guys, this was not that expensive. The chairs were like $109 each, I wanna say. We have been looking at rockers, and just for one rocker, you could be spending $300, and we don't have the money right now to do that. And so we just wanted to keep it not so crazy expensive, and they're nice. And in the middle, I got a tic-tac-toe game from the Hobby Lobby that looks patriotic. So it has been so nice to sit out here. Okay, Derek came home and he's like, yeah, let's put some more bunting on. Well, I noticed with the 4 packages that I had one of the bunting that was mainly red. I didn't notice that. I was hoping I grabbed 2 red and 2 blue, but no, I grabbed 3 blue, 1 red. I didn't even notice when I bought them. So we put the red one in the middle and we like it. I think that's all we're gonna do for right there. And the way that I strung it, not even realizing, it created a little bunching on the sides, so it kind of poofed them, and I like the look. So we're gonna keep that. And the cream rope blends in very well with the railing, so we're gonna go with this. And let me know, how do you hang up your bunting on your porch, on your railings? I would love to know. We were checking out the oven. We cleaned it. It shows smears a lot, but we love how big this burner is. And so now we have like 2 sizes here, 2 sizes here. This one is a warmer, which was like, ooh, okay. And then it shows here that there's a hot cooktop, so that's nice. So right now I'm just turning on the oven to 400, just kind of burning off anything. But we're intrigued because there's air fry. There's conventional bake and air fry. I still don't understand conventional bake. Is that with the fan on? I don't even know. See guys, I don't even know. So I just have it on normal bake, but it has air fry.
Yep.
So we're intrigued by that. So we'll be testing that out at some point.
Air fry is only intended for a single rack. And you don't have to preheat.
Okay, we're gonna have to try that at some future time. I'll take you guys along. The element, you could see it on, so it's working. So this is the stove that the managers got for us, and we're very thankful because that was the weirdest thing. I'm excited about the burner situation here. I'm gonna boil some water for some corn, but I do wanna get a cover for this. I've seen covers that you can get for your stoves. My mother-in-law has one. So we're gonna find one for here. And then I also wanna get a cover for the sink. That way, when we're having everyone over for dinner and parties, we could just keep like the flow of the counter and have like more space. So that is a dream. And but this smears very easily, like more than the other one, because we're sitting here wiping, we're like, oh my gosh. So that is gonna bug both Derek and I. So we need to get a cover. So we just put a pot on, and look, it says power boil. What does that mean? Does this one a little more rapid than this one?
I can smell the newness burning off.
Yeah, it's gross.
Here, ChatGPT. The Power Boil, feature on your new GE electric flat top glass stove, is designed to heat things up much faster than a regular burner, uses higher wattage, and often has a special coil design. What it means for you: boils water faster, ideal for large pots. Use this burner when you're in a hurry, but keep an eye on it. Things can go from boiling to overflowing really fast. Who searches the internet anymore? Just ask ChatGPT.
That's crazy. We're learning.
Already starting to bubble. It's not boiling, but you're starting to get the little bubbles already.
But that's crazy that we already have bubbles. Yeah, the other stove took forever.
That's cool. Still miss the gas.
I know. Oh, it'd probably go faster too if I had the lid on it.
We're at 350.
I had it go to 400.
It went to 350.
Is it gonna go to 400?
It finished its preheat.
But I told it to do 400. Oh, that's probably why. I keep doing what our other stove did. You had to hit bake, the number, and then bake for it to start. But this one, it's start. I've got to give those a home back under here, but I've got to rearrange the whole kitchen. The whole kitchen.
And don't forget, you got to give us a field trip on where you put everything. Otherwise, we'll redo it.
Yeah, I didn't give the orientation when we moved in. Plus, I was still testing things
Did
out.
I say field trip?
Well, yeah, well, I understood what you meant. Because we moved in February, and I set up the kitchen, and then it was like testing to see if I wanted things in certain areas. Now I'm pretty sure where I want things, but I didn't give them orientation, and when the kids have emptied the dishwasher, I don't know where anything is, and things are crazy under this island counter.
Cabinets and everything
Falls out. Yeah, so trying to figure out this kitchen, and I haven't shared my pantry with you guys yet because look at the size of this pantry. It is skinny. So this is half the size of the other closet pantry in the other home. Yeah, less than half. It's not really organized, but I have an idea of what I'm gonna do in here. I just haven't gotten to it yet, so. And plus I'm looking for a narrow behind the door rack. So it's a process. So we're really utilizing our extended pantry down in the basement. So once I figure this out, I'll let you guys know. I'm just trying, I have so many things going on right now, like working on the 2026 planners to launch next month, finishing up the pantry guide. It's just been, since we moved in, a whirlwind. Like, it has been bananas. So, but I'll share it to you when we get there. I think next week the kitchen cabinets are gonna be a project, and I'll film it. And we still need to move this dishwasher out into the garage and have our new dishwasher that we bought at the other house installed, because the one that we got is super quiet, and it washes so good. So they said we could do that, we could install it, and we just have to put this one in the garage or the basement, wherever, but and protect it, which I was like, absolutely. So I still need to do that. Oh, and our dryer's on the fritz. It sounds like when you turn it on. Turn on the dryer for a second.
It's a belt issue.
Derek thinks it's the belt. I have no idea. Anyone know what that could be with our dryer?
It's the belt.
He thinks it's the belt. Sure, I believe you. I don't know. But I don't know who to call to come fix it.
We'll have brother-in-law come over and see if we can fix it.
Any ideas, let us know. If he could fix it, that'd be great. That is a fast boil. Okay, for not liking electric stoves, so far, I'm impressed.
Yeah, you just got to remember, if you're cooking on this with something else, it's going to be hotter.
Yeah, we need to tell
So
the
you have to
kids
keep the
that
temperature
when they
lower.
do their eggs and stuff,
Use the oven.
they've got to do it on there because they're gonna burn. So we're very thankful that they replaced it so quickly. Like, that was only a couple of days. Thank gosh. Oh yeah, you could really smell that oven. We got the windows open because, woo! They added 2 tablespoons of sugar to the boiling water. That oven stinks. I'm glad we're burning it off. I have it set at 400.
He doesn't like jumping
Just
spiders.
getting that burn smell out.
Just like I do.
And tomorrow I'm gonna be baking something really yummy in the oven because I have moms from Shaylee's school coming over. We're having game night. We're doing desserts and like snacks, and so I'll be baking in the oven tomorrow and we'll make something really yummy. So we've been in the home for maybe a little over 4 months and we're still settling in. The neighborhood is great. The people in our church, our ward are wonderful. And I'll tell you the truth, since we moved from the original She's in Her Apron house, I really haven't gotten close to neighbors, like in any of the homes that we lived in since then. Maybe one here or there. Corn. But this new neighborhood is starting to feel different. There's game nights that the women do once a month or more. I've gone to a few and it has been so much fun. And that's where I really get to know some of the women. Derek and I have sat on our porch and got to talk and meet new neighbors that are walking by. I mean, hey, now I'm doing morning walks. That's crazy. I'm really grateful that we're here. And I'll be honest, I do have some PTSD of like, what if in a year the owner of this home decides to sell and we have to up and move again? I'm really paranoid and I'm like nervous to like really decorate and settle into the home. It's like maybe I'll start to really settle in after we sign another lease in a year. But I can't live like that. You can't live with the what ifs. I'm taking each day as they come, no matter how crazy they are with my ADHD, perimenopause, and having just 2 kids at home. There's been so much change, but I'm very thankful that we're here in this home, in this neighborhood. I haven't felt this good since we left the She's in Her Apron home, and I'm very thankful. So with this new season, between ovens breaking, new routines, settling in, I do have a lot of gratitude in my heart. If you want to see how I plan my week and how I am getting back into routine, check out this video here. Lots of great tips in there for you, especially if you feel like you're struggling right now. All right, friend, I'll meet you over there. See you soon. Bye.